The next step from my previous video is shipping, or is it? I'm Lance with Brando Consulting, inventory software expert since 2006. In this video, we're going to take a look at the shipping step in locate inventory. The reason I joke about it is because it's not required. So the word itself sounds like the goods are leaving the building, but they are not. The goods don't leave the building until the pickup step. So that's why shipping is optional. So to point this out, drive this home a little bit more, I mentioned this in the previous video, I'll mention it again here. If we go to set up carriers, and let's say we'll choose a parcel carrier. I know UPS does some freight, but they're most popular for parcel shipments, boxes, cartons. So I'm going to click on UPS, and notice in the carrier there are settings. One says requires packing, the other setting says requires shipping, and this says no. So what that means is if a sales order is created with UPS as the carrier and you pick it, the system will advance the user to packing, or advance the order. It'll advance the picked goods to packing. And then once the pack is completed, it won't advance it to shipping. It will advance it to pickup. So what's shipping? What's it used for? I've just told you when to skip the shipping step. So when do we actually use it? Let's go there. Over here under delivery, now this is optional, but I've chosen to set my delivery type carrier up as something that would use shipping. So if we put delivery on a sales order, pick it and pack it, it will advance it to shipping. Now why would I do that? I think a good use case example for this is for those who do local deliveries. You may have customers that give you multiple requests per day, or multiple requests per week even. And those customers will want it all bundled together. And in the shipping module, we can bundle multiple sales orders together on the same shipment. So let's take a look at this. If they're the same customer, it'll let us do that. So if we go to shipping and go to new shipment, we're going to back out of a previous shipment and redo it just to make the demonstration easy. So this one has a few sales orders from Pamela Pastries. So I'm going to come over here to the right hand corner and void that shipment. That will take it back off of the pickup screen and put it back on the shipping screen. So I'm just kind of going back and starting over. Now if I come here to click new shipment, we'll see that Pamela Pastries is there several times, and there's a button on the right hand side to say create shipment, but then there's check boxes over here on the left hand side, so I can check. I'm going to scroll down to the right hand side and click create shipment, and that is going to bring us to this screen, which allows us to combine packages from multiple sales orders onto the same sales order. If I scroll down, we see here's package 1, package 2, package 3. This package has a couple of things in it, and it's already packed and in their cartons. And what I can do is combine them all with this button right here, add pallet or carton. So I could combine all these and wrap them together, call it one carton, or I could call it a pallet. I've created, what I've done here is on the carton type screen, I created a carton called pallet. And I gave it dimensions, I gave it a weight, I gave it a maximum weight, so the software helps us not overload it. So I'm using the carton feature to create a pallet here. And notice it says add cartons to this pallet. So the software is already assuming that we're doing this. So I'm going to say, yeah, we're going to add these 3 cartons, and clicking this create carton button basically creates the carton I named pallet is what it does. So that's going to combine these. I'll click that, and now we'll see it combined all of these. If I scroll down here, we'll see, okay, we've got everything that was in these previous cartons, and you'll see the cartons right there, all combined into one pallet with a declared value. And we can even weigh the pallet at this point. Come over here to the right and select set carton details and add a weight to the pallet, and dimensions as well if we need. Length 48, width 40, and height, we'll just say it's 3 feet high. And submit. So now we've added some weight and dimensions to this pallet. Now, something different about the shipping screen from the packing screen is the shipping screen by default gives you a bill of lading right here. On the packing screen, we had a packing list, but on the shipping screen, we have a bill of lading. So I'll click that and show you what that looks like. Here's our bill of lading, and here's our cartons right here, and it's saying 38, 39, and 41 because that's the customer's sales order number right there. That's multiple orders on one bill of lading. Pretty cool feature. So we can print that out. So a couple of things to remember about the shipping screen. One, most use cases don't use the shipping screen. Two, when the shipment step is completed, inventory is not yet depleted. Yeah, that rhymed. Sorry to get cheesy on you. So once again, when the shipping step is completed, inventory is not depleted. Inventory is not depleted until the pickup step. All right? Most use cases just skip the shipping step using the carrier setting. Also, you may think, well, maybe an invoice is created. That's an option, but not a popular option. If we come here to settings and go to invoice right here, we see the invoice grouping method. What this means is it's like the invoice creation method. At what point in the workflow does locate create an invoice? And by default, it's usually at the packing step where the invoice is created. I emphasize the word create because where the rubber hits the road, when AR is created in QuickBooks, is when the invoice is issued. I don't want to get off track on invoices in this video. That's going to be a couple videos away. I just wanted to point out that there is an option here for ship or by ship carton. We want to try to leave inventory software flexible so it can fit a variety of different workflow or use cases. So you can set up your locate software to create the invoice when a shipment is created or completed, and then the invoice will be issued and created in QuickBooks at the pickup step. So just to review, once an invoice is created in Locate, it is not created in QuickBooks. Once an invoice is issued in Locate, then the invoice is created in QuickBooks. And that will only apply to shipping if you have this setting turned on. So I talked about delivery as a good use case to use shipping. I think another good use case for shipping could potentially be freight. Now it's not required. You can definitely create a packing list, and when loading the truck, you can palletize with just the packing step. But maybe for your use case, the shipping may fit your workflow better. So test it out in your sandbox before you go live. Decide whether or not the shipping screen would fit your workflow. I'm going to go to carriers. Let's look at just my active carriers. Old Dominion Freight Line, I think I might have, yeah, so for requires shipping, I put yes there as a potential use case. But most of the time, in most use cases, I think you skip the shipping step altogether. It goes pick, pack, pick up. Pick, pack, pick up in most cases, unless you need a bill of lading or you need to combine sales orders or packages into one package for a bill of lading. But yep, pick, pack, pick up. Pick, pack, pick up is usually the workflow. Oh, and as I'm making this YouTube video, it's June of 2021. There is not a shipping module on the mobile device. Shipping is on the browser. Pick, pack, pick up. Have any questions or want to leave any comments? Comment below. Subscribe to see more videos like this. Press like if you thought this video was informational and helpful. Inventory is not depleted on the shipping step. It's just moved from the pack location to the ship location. That's it.